At first, we must understand about the new leadership challenges and different new context of leadership. Because if we consider the industrial changes, the industrial growth in the last 100 years, starting from the industrial revolution at the beginning of 1900, there are a lot of changes in the industry, in the leadership concept as well. In the industry earlier, you never considered your workforce or your employees as your partner. Initially, they were considered as labor, and that's why different types of labor related concept, laws, labor union has come into the picture. And also leadership considered to be a part of the ownership. Whoever is owning the company, they are going to be the leader of the organization, or whoever is coming from the royal family, they are going to be the leader of the next nation, they are going to be the leader of the community. But later on, when the situation, the context of social thought process, then different types of revolution, like the revolution at Russia, and different types of labor problems, conflict at UK, that's actually changed the entire concept. Gradually, companies started to understand that whoever is working for the organization, you cannot consider them as a labor. You need to consider them as an employee who are responsible for the success of the organization, who are responsible for the productivity of the organization, and who are responsible for the change of the community as well. And on the other hand, gradually new set of leadership people come into the picture, where they do not have any kind of background. They are not coming from the family who is owning the company. Primarily at a social level, at a country level, the leadership is not always coming from the royal family. The entire set of countries hierarchy changed, from monarchy it becomes democracy, or different types of republic country, where common people are also participating in the leadership of a country. So gradually people started to understand that leadership is not only meant for few selected individuals who are getting the privilege to exercise their leadership because of their birthright. No, it is now kind of a skill set that can be exercised by any individual. You do not need to have any kind of background for that. You only need to have a skill set, a commitment, a dedication, and a process awareness by which you can improve your leadership style. So, therefore, the entire concept of leadership gradually changes by the Second World War, and then gradually after 1950 and 1960, when the modern industrial revolution started. After the modern industrial revolution, more thought process or new kind of thought process has been adopted by the organization, where situational leadership concept has came into the picture, servant leadership concept has came into the picture, where you were saying that leadership is not only meant for the people the who wants to manage. It's meant for the people who wants to serve, whose primary focus, primary objective is to serve for their company, for their community, and for different individuals. On the other hand, the employees are now considered as partners or associates who are not only going to help you to give your day-to-day productivity, but also they will participate in different types of organizational initiatives. They will have their stakes, they will have their shares, and they will also gain the profit of the organization. So therefore, the entire concept of leadership and the differentiation of the ownership and the leadership and the labor or employee has changed at an organization level, at a community level, and also at an individual level. So gradually, when these things came into the picture, the leadership context changed. And most importantly, whenever the context changed, new set of challenges arised. Because earlier days, whenever you are a leader, you have a lot of authority. You actually can take any kind of decisions. You can take any kind of active. You can do any kind of activity that you think, yes, it's good for the organization, for the community, or for the country. But now, when this participative leadership, transformational leadership comes into the picture, that point of time you cannot take any one-sided decision where you do not have the support of your followers, or whoever is going to be managed by you. You need to have their confidence at first. You need to own their vote at first. You need to convince them. You need to make them happy about the decision, then only the decision can be implemented. And that's why new set of challenges came into the picture. The decision is not only a decision, the decision also has to be supported by a complete change management and implementation execution activity, where you will discuss about your thought process, the implementation process, execution process, and the kind of result or benefit come out of it. And whenever you do that, you will try to convince the people, you will try to manage the different types of changes that is going to happen in the country and community, and that's how you will try to implement the decision. So the entire context of the leadership changes. The entire thought process, the way you are managing earlier, that also has changed. But a bigger benefit always is there, that is now every employees, every associate, or every person in the country started to think that they are also part of this decision, they are also part of this growth. This is not the company of some owners, this is not a company of few individuals where I am just serving, I have nothing to contribute or nothing with this organization. They started to think this is my organization, this is my community, and I am also responsible for the growth and for the changes whatever is happening here. And therefore the participation, the suggestions, different types of ideas, different types of different levels of contribution started to come. Not only that, the leadership team also become very much transformational and very much situation oriented. If you see the example of birds, whenever they fly, they try to change their leadership whenever the leader becomes tired. So it's a completely an activity oriented position. It's not a position which will be exercised or which will someone will get the privilege by their background. Similarly, in the organization, in community, in the nation, it again becomes situational. Whoever is the best person to manage the situation, to manage the idea, the manage the objective, whatever is there for the organization, is the best person as a leader. So anyone who has the skill set, who has the commitment, who has the dedication, and who can make the difference can be a leader. That can be anyone, coming from any kind of background, coming from any kind of education, any kind of possibilities. So the possibility in front of the community becomes much better. The overall leadership era has gone, new era has come where anyone can be a leader, everyone can get the opportunity to be a leader. And not only that, even if you are not a leader, you have the authority or the possibility or the opportunity to participate in the decision making of an organization, of a country as well. So a new set of challenges come, but on the other hand, a new set of complete structure has been implemented where managing people, managing your followers as a leader becomes little bit different. That's what we are going to understand in the next couple of lectures, that what are the qualities, what are the skill set that you will require in this new set of challenges, in this new era of leadership, in this new context of leadership. And the primary focus would be a result oriented behavior. We will try to understand in different competencies, different types of skill sets that would be required to manage this role, to play this role. Thank you.